Understanding, take into account, a guide for English learners. Hello, and welcome to our English learning channel. Today, we're going to dive into a very common English phrase, take into account. Understanding this phrase will not only enhance your vocabulary but also improve your comprehension of everyday English conversations. So, let's get started. Take into account is a phrase that means to consider or think about something when making a decision or judgment. It's like saying, keep in mind, or think about certain factors or details. For example, if someone says, we need to take into account the weather before planning our picnic, it means the decision about the picnic should consider how the weather might be. To understand how to use take into account in sentences, let's look at a few examples. 1. In business, the company must take into account the latest market trends to stay competitive. 2. In daily life, when cooking for guests, always take into account their dietary restrictions. 3. In academic writing, researchers should take into account all relevant data before drawing conclusions. These examples show how the phrase can be applied in various contexts. There are several synonyms and variations of take into account. Knowing these can help you understand different ways this idea might be expressed. Consider, keep in mind, factor in, bear in mind. Each of these can be used interchangeably with take into account in most situations. While learning, it's easy to make mistakes. Here are a few to avoid with take into account. Don't confuse it with take into consideration. While similar, take into consideration is often used in more formal contexts. Avoid using it in the wrong tense. For example, took into account is past tense, and will take into account is future tense. Remember, it's always into, not into. Take into account is incorrect. And that's a wrap on take into account. We hope this video has helped clarify the meaning and usage of this common English phrase. Remember, practicing these phrases in your daily conversations can greatly improve your fluency. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.